Honorable Favour Williams, Minister of Education, Youth and Information. Honorable Robert Morgan, Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Mrs. Maureen Dwyer, Permanent Secretary Acting in the MOEYI. Dr. Kassan Troop, Chief Education Officer Acting, MOEYI. Mrs. Pauline Reed, Principal, Nakalva Polytechnic Institute and guest speaker this afternoon. Dr. Damian Black, Commissioner of the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission. Deputy Chief Education Officers, Assistant Chief Education Officers, Heads of Agencies and Senior Directors. Mrs. Anelia Wallace-Muir, Senior Director, HRM and Development Branch, MOEYI. Ms. Denise Pitter, Director of the Performance Management and Appraisal Systems Unit. Regional Directors, team members from all of our agencies, regions, and units across the island. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, well-wishers, a very pleasant afternoon to you all. This evening, it is my pleasure to guide you through the program, the Performance Management Appraisal Systems Virtual Awards Ceremony. This year, we will be celebrating under the theme, Committed to Excellence. You will all agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that the last 2 years has certainly tested the mettle. It has tested the strength, the resolve of every single member of this ministry that has committed to keeping education going. And so it is fitting that you are all here this afternoon to celebrate with us. It has been 7 years of celebrating excellence, 7 years of celebrating hard work and dedication. And it is my pleasure, Anita Bailey, Community Relations Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, to take you through this afternoon's program. But we have a little surprise for you this year. This year, we're joined by another Master of Ceremonies.
Good evening. My name is Delroy Williams. Thank you, Anita. I'm telling you, we are ready for a great afternoon as we celebrate excellence. We're committed to excellence, and we just want to commend all our organizers for, look at this table. Look at this table, Anita. So resplendent. So much work has gone into it. Wow, we are ready.
Certainly, ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to ensuring that you have an excellent afternoon from wherever you are. However, before we start, we have to make sure that we send up a little prayer. Time is too serious not to do that. And so I'm going to ask you to help me welcome Dr. Damian Black as he prays for us.
Good afternoon. Let us pray. Oh God, we want to thank you for your grace. Truly, this is the day that you have made. And on this afternoon, as we come together as members of the family of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, to acknowledge those who have performed well and who have been adjudged as best in class, we want to acknowledge your grace towards them. Indeed, we affirm this for each and every one of us as Jamaicans. We thank you that we have continued to experience your mercy, your grace, your health, despite the prevailing conditions occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic, its challenges to normal social intercourse and life. We want to thank you that despite this, our resilience as a people has shone through. We want to thank you that our government holds and is stable. We want to thank you that all who lead in positions as ministers continue to do and to work with respect to their mandates. And so we pause to thank you for our minister, the Honorable Favour Williams, Minister of State, the Honorable Robert Nestor Morgan. Thank you for their leadership. Thank you for their guidance. Thank you for the way in which they have motivated and stimulated thought and focus on what needs to be done given the demands of the current context. For Permanent Secretary Acting, Mrs. Dwyer, the CEO, and all the officers of the ministry, the heads of agencies, departments, and all staff, we thank you. We want to thank you for those throughout our schools, those students whom we serve, the learners at various levels. We thank you for the opportunity to do so. And God, as we meet this afternoon under the theme Committed to Excellence, we want to acknowledge the excellence that will be awarded today. We want God to ask you to inspire all of us, even at this time, to be committed to doing our very best as we seek to ensure that the learners whom we serve, the children for whom we care, the general public for whom we provide information, the youth whom we guide into adulthood, that all will be well, and we give you thanks. We invite your presence continuously, and we invite you to bless and sustain this afternoon's activity. We pray for the technical team and all who serve and support. Be with the moderators, enable them to be able to do their very best as they demonstrate excellence. We give you thanks through the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. We pray and ask these. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Rev. Thank you so much for your prayer. Surely, Reverend Black, we feel the presence of the Lord with us this afternoon as we celebrate excellence. We're committed to it. And so we want to thank you for coming and praying and asking God's presence on our function this afternoon. Many of our team members would have passed over the past year, and also members of their family. And we want to have a moment of silence as we reflect on the lives of our team members. May their souls rest in peace and light perpetual shine upon them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to retain this moment of reverence as we invite Sergeant Rosemary Lee and Joshua Page for their rendition of the prayer.
When shadows fill our day. When shadows fill our day. Oh my, lead us to a place. Oh my. Guide us with your grace. Guide us with your grace. Give Give us faith
What?
so we'll be saved. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended, and we'll remember we are all God's children, reaching out to touch you, reaching to the sky. Find a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be saved. Please to find a place, guide us with your grace.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Sergeant Rosemary Lee and Joshua Page with the prayer. We're now going right into an overview. We're going to be asking our Director of PMS Unit, Mrs. Denise Pitter, to do so at this time.
National Education Inspectorate, the Honorable Favour Williams, Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Honorable Robert Morgan, Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Mrs. Maureen Dwyer, Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Dr. Casson Troop, Acting Chief Education Officer, Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, and other members of the senior management team of this ministry. Directors of our regional educational services, regions 1 to 7, heads of agencies, and all staff members of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, special awardees, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information implemented the Government of Jamaica Public Sector Employee Performance Management System, PMAS, during the 2014-15 fiscal period. Since implementation, in keeping with the objectives of the program, the ministry has consistently sought to recognize and incentivize those team members who work to ensure the achievement of their respective performance targets and display the associated behavioral and technical competencies which enable the achievement of the ministry's goals and objectives. Against this background, the ministry is this year hosting its 7th annual Staff PMAS Recognition and Awards Ceremony in acknowledgement of team members who have attained annual performance evaluation ratings of between 80 to 100% for the 2020-21 review period. It is noteworthy that for this period, over 81%, yes, I did say 81%, of the ministry's staff members submitted an annual performance evaluation report, resulting in 845 of our team members becoming eligible for the performance-based awards, having gained evaluation ratings of between 80 to 100%. The records indicate that of this 845, 162 team members scored between 80 to 89% to receive a level 1 award. 263 scored between 90 to 94%, making them eligible for a level 2 award, and 420 team members scored between 95 to 100%, making them eligible for a level 3 award. We are also pleased to announce that for the first time since implementation of the program, our level 1 achievers, that is, those who attained ratings of between 80 to 89%, who were previously recognized by way of a letter of commendation only, will also be highlighted and awarded during the ceremonial activities today. Additionally, this year will feature the introduction of 2 new special award categories. They are the PMAS Top Performer and the PMAS Highest Performing Unit, Division, Region, and Agency. These are, of course, in addition to the customary Most Compliant Unit, Division, Region, and Agency, and our customary Gallantry Awards. Colleagues, we applaud you for your increased levels of participation in the PMAS process, and you will be very satisfied to know that this year we took steps to ensure that our data sets, which over the years were used to inform the designated outcomes, were this year subjected to a more rigorous assessment and verification process. We obtained the support of the Planning and Development and Internal Audit Divisions to review and validate the data sets for selection of the recipients of the various special award categories. We are, in fact, committed to excellence. Awardees, once again, we salute you for your excellent performance for the 2020-21 review period. May God bless you.
Thank you so very much, and may God bless you too, Ms. Pitter. 845 awardees. This is a record this year. This is absolutely awesome. I believe we doubled what we did last year. But Delroy, you know what I love about these activities? Outside a little dress up and the little cute shoes. Miss Pitter looked like she was all of 21.
Yes.
So we need to talk to the people who did the lighting, and we need to do that again. Thank you so very much, Miss Pitter. But really, certainly a demonstration of the rigor that goes into preparing such an activity as this one. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I hope those of you out there in the virtual space, those of you that are joining us on YouTube, those of us that are on the Zoom page for the ministry, I am really hoping that you dressed up the way Delroy and I did to get here. You know, the nails did, the hair done. Yeah, Delroy, the necklace, the dress.
You're looking lovely.
Thank you, Delroy. Yes, thank you. We know. But I hope everybody out there, you dressed up just as much as we did for today, because today is all about celebration, right? And we have to engage you, because you understand me by now, my audience. You understand me. There will be lots of roof raising this afternoon. And I just want to acknowledge and engage with you in the chat. So those of you who are from Region 1, so I'll start over here in Region 1, Kingston and St. Andrew. Yes, big up yourselves in the chat. And I do expect to hear the noise coming from downstairs. It's very quiet.
Yeah, we need a noise.
We need the noise. So I don't know if we can get the message downstairs
celebrating
and over
you.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
just to get the excitement going. We want to hear from you. Please certainly go talk to us in the chat. Tell us how you're feeling. What's the vibe like over there in Region 2?
Let's check it out.
The region
Region 2.
that cares. Big up yourself in the chat, Region 2. All right,
Now
I know
listen,
they're doing it, you
listen
know.
now, listen now, listen. You're going to hear the noise way back from St. Anne and Trelawney in the region of Trailblazers because we have Region 3.
Yes,
You heard it? You heard it?
I hear them
Okay,
making
all
the
right,
noise.
all
Delroy,
right.
Delroy, you
Yeah,
have to be
the
visionary
vibes
to be a part
there.
of it.
The vibes there, the
You have to be
vibes
able to feel it, you know,
Yes,
Delroy.
man, I feel it.
Yes, so we have to behave, you know, because minister not talk yet. All right, so we're over Region 3, we're moving over to Region 4, the innovative people. Where are you, Region 4? Make some noise in the chat. You're hearing them, Delroy? You're seeing the RD? You're seeing the
Yes,
RD?
yes.
All right, I'm seeing the
Back,
RD
I'm
getting
seeing you.
excited over there. Region 5, the region of champions. I know the conference room is tearing down there on 17th South Racecourse Road.
Yes.
That's right. And of course, we have Region 6. Region 6 is going on with themselves over there.
Miss Forbes, all I'm seeing you. Right.
And Region 7. Region 7, Mr. Richardson. You round it out, you know, but you round it out good. That's for regions. We're going to come back and talk to the other people that help to make up this ministry, that help to keep the work going. But before we do that, we are going to invite our remarks from our acting permanent secretary, Mrs. Maureen Dwyer. Please make some noise and make her feel as welcome as you've been making us feel.
Thank you.
Miss Anita Bailey, Master of Ceremonies, Education Officer, Region 5.
Cool, but it's not cool.
Honorable Favour Williams, Minister of Education, Youth and Information. Honorable Robert Nestor Morgan, Minister of State, Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Mrs. Pauline Reed, Principal, Nakalva Polytechnic College, Guest Speaker. Mrs. Juliet Lakeman, Acting Senior Director, Human Resource Management and Development. Mrs. Denise Pitter, Director, Performance Management and Appraisal System. Mr. Sanjay Hamilton, Staff Inspector, NEI. Awardees, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings. I am delighted to bring greetings to this year's Performance Management Appraisal System Awards ceremony. It is always an honor and privilege to celebrate with colleagues who are being recognized for the excellent work that they have done during the past year. This has been another challenging year amid the COVID-19 disruptions, but you have risen above the challenges and performed with excellence. The theme of the ministry's Performance Management Appraisal System Recognition and Reward Program this year is Committed to Excellence. This was chosen by the Planning Committee, and I am sure they did that to remind us to remain focused in every aspect of our work. We are required to give of our best at all times as we pursue excellence in customer service, excellence in responsiveness, excellence in service delivery to all our stakeholders, excellence in courtesy, excellence in fulfilling the ministry's policy mandates, excellence in management and supervision, excellence in personal time management, excellence in interpersonal and corporate communication. This is the expectation that the public has and on which we must deliver. Individually and collectively, we have been hard-pressed to respond to the needs and to keep the education system of our children going, to administer national exams, and to provide additional support in light of the public health concerns. As you know, the Recognition and Reward Program stems from the Recognition and Reward Policy that was developed by Cabinet Office to ensure that all executive managers and supervisors are provided with the means of determining in a fair equitable and transparent manner the reward and or recognition to be given to each deserving employee. The program operates against the background that recognition should be given where excellence in the execution of duties is observed. Hence, the program is directed at recognizing and rewarding those employees who have performed well during the year and the period under review. Under the system, employees are scored and awarded based on their performance output. Oversight of the program in this ministry is given by the Internal Recognition and Rewards Committee. Employees become eligible for recognition once they obtain a score of 80% and above on their final performance assessment. Within the public service, we have not been able over the many years to provide the financial rewards that are available in the private sector. But in different ways, we have tried to provide the encouragement that enables you to continue being outstanding public servants. The fact is, the wheels of government administration cannot move without your dedication. We are all challenged to continue giving of our best and to do so consistently. Equally important, today's award ceremony demonstrates that you are being recognized as individuals who have done specific things and at a consistently high standard. On behalf of the senior officers and staff within the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, yes, I congratulate all 850 awardees, our top achievers for 2020-2021. We greatly appreciate the diligence, dedication, and competence with which you have carried out your duties over the past year. I also take the opportunity to thank the members of the PMAS unit for the careful and meticulous way you have set about conducting this exercise each year. Your service is equally valued and appreciated. So, heartiest congratulations to our awardees, and may God continue to bless you richly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much to our acting permanent secretary, Mrs. Maureen Duar, and we really want to thank you for your congratulatory message to all those who were awarded. And we will continue to ensure that we remain focused in all aspects of our work, ensuring excellence in all that we do. Thank you so very much. We're going to be having at this time a congratulatory message from the Honorable Minister of Education, Youth and Information, the Honorable Favour Williams, MP, at this time.
Masters of Ceremonies, Ms. Anita Bailey, Community Relations Education Officer in Region 5, and Mr. Sanjay Hamilton, Staff Inspector, National Education Inspectorate. Honorable Robert Morgan, Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Mrs. Maureen Dwyer, our Permanent Secretary, acting here at the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Dr. Kassan Troop, Chief Education Officer, acting also at the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, and others, members of the senior management team. Directors of Regional Education Services, Regions 1 to 7, heads of agencies, and all staff members of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Special awardees, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to join in celebrating with you, our colleagues, your exemplary performance in the Ministry's Performance Appraisal Performance System, otherwise known as PMAS, for the period April 2020 to March 2021, which is being recognized this afternoon. I am encouraged by your commitment to excellence, competence, diligence, and your own personal growth and development. Your significant contribution to this organization and our country is greatly appreciated. Today's PMAS Awards ceremony is our way of saying thanks to you, our 845 colleagues, for the dedication and commitment you have shown in your work. We can never adequately compensate you for the long hours, lost weekends, time away from your families, early mornings and late nights which you spend trying to meet the various demands of the work at the ministry. To our awardees, you can take comfort in the knowledge that what you are doing will have a positive impact on a great number of persons. What we do for a parent, a student, a teacher, or member of the general public can have significant impact on their lives and that of others. I also want to commend the managers and supervisors in all our units, divisions, or regions, and our agencies for appraising your staff, thereby making the relevant recommendations for their recognition and award. We are a team with different experiences and perspectives, no doubt, but also with one goal, that of delivering first-class customer service to our stakeholders. The recognition and reward program stems from the recognition and reward policy delivered by the Cabinet Office to ensure that all executives, managers, and supervisors are provided with the means of determining in a fair, equitable, and transparent manner the reward and/or recognition to be given to each deserving employee. The program operates against the background that recognition should be given where excellence in the execution of duties is observed. Hence, it is directed at recognizing and rewarding those employees who have performed well during the review period. Under the system, employees are scored and awarded based
in the song that it sings, all exclaiming, indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing, God. All powerful, untamable. Awestruck we fall to our knees as we humbly proclaim, you are amazing, God. Who sees lightning bolts and tell them where they should go? Or sing heavenly storehouses laden with snow? Who imagined the sun and gives source to its light, yet conceals it to bring us the coolness of night? None can fathom, indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing. You are amazing, God. All powerful, you're untamable, untamable. All shook we fall to our knees as we humbly proclaim.
Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for the Trinity Dance Ministry. And we see Tiana Berry there on the dance floor doing so well. Amazing God is He. And so we celebrate this evening. We are happy to also announce that we have the information division to include J.R. Jard, that's the Archives and Records Division. We just want to acknowledge you this evening. Also CAP. We missed Anita, and therefore we just want to acknowledge them right now. CAP Division also. Right now it's time for our guest speaker, and we have a special lady with us, and I'll be introducing her at this time. Mrs. Pauline Reed is a devoted educator who received initial certification at the Shortwood Teachers College. She then advanced to the University of the West Indies, where she earned a Bachelor's of Art degree in English. She later enrolled at the Central Connecticut State University, from which she graduated with a Master of Science in Education Leadership. She has contributed a chapter to the scholarly text Leadership for Success, the Jamaica School Experience 2017 edition by Dr. Disraeli M. Hutton and Dr. Beverly Johnson. She's a featured subject of the book, quote, Pauline Pamela Reed, Leader Extraordinaire, authored by Denisha Fraser. Mrs. Reed's call to servanthood stewardship is not confined to education, as she serves in many other capacities. She embraces the belief that serving humanity should not be an occasional occurrence, but a way of life. She has served as a member of the Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning in Trelawney. Her investment in Christian service is highlighted by the fact that she is a deacon at the Burchell Memorial Baptist Church, a lay preacher, and the chairman for Church Mission. Mrs. Reed's achievements have captured national attention, and she was a recipient of the Gleaner's Woman of the Year Award in 2000, LASCO Principal of the Year for 2010 to 2011, and the Prime Minister's Medal of Appreciation for outstanding contribution to education. She's also a past president of the Association of Principals and Vice Principals, and has also chaired the Professional Development Committee. Mrs. Reed was the principal of the Holland High School in Trelawney and was a member of the advisory board of the National College for Educational Leadership and a member of its International Relations and Marketing Committee and lead administrator for the Executive Principals League. Though officially retired, she currently serves as the interim principal at the newly branded Nakalva Polytechnic College and as a board member for Victoria Mutual Foundation. She's married to Norman Reed and is a mother of 2 children, Ryan and Rochelle, and a grandmother to 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you at this time our guest speaker, Mrs. Pauline Reed.
Thanks so much, Mr. Williams. Masters of Ceremony, Honorable Favour Williams, Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Honorable Robert Nestor Morgan, State Minister in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Mrs. Maureen Dwyer, Permanent Secretary Acting, Mrs. Casson Troop, Senior Education Officer Acting, all technocrats and other officers of this stated ministry, good afternoon. Allow me to applaud the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information for being one of the harbingers of positive recognition for committed stewards in education, amplifying the outstanding contribution of persons who have been making a lasting impact on educational development and processes. I therefore join the conceptualizers
in celebrating your work and your worth. This awards ceremony signals that your own organization considers you valuable, and it renders this event even more meaningful. The very fact that you are an awardee tells me that you have already traversed two important streets: dedication drive and professional pathway. These two streets have now merged, and you are now traveling along Excellence Expressway. This is the route to ongoing exhibited excellence. The award, therefore, is not about whose turn it is. It is all about serving with integrity, competence, and efficiency. So as we seek this afternoon to travel along Excellence Expressway, the chosen theme, committed to excellence, must be the wording of our resolve to remain as advocates for excellence. But as with every journey, as we travel along Excellence Expressway, it will be punctuated by traffic signs, signals, which I would ask you to explore. The first traffic light, that is the first signal that we will meet. We all know that on the traffic light there are three colored bulbs. Red indicating the need to stop or risk a collision. Amber indicating the urgency to be cautious because the danger light is next. But then green signals safety, and so we can proceed without being worried. How then is this significant to us as professionals? We have to heed this traffic signal. Therefore, as you go along excellence pathway, you need to recognize that if there is any loss of interest, if there is the absence of real passion for what you do, if you find yourselves being driven by the desire to earn a salary or to compromise your integrity, and it does not become a major factor for you to be impacting lives and achieving organizational goals, I will dare say you are facing a red light. It is time to stop. It is time to retool. It is time to regain your mojo. What of amber? This stage is marked by stagnation, ineffectiveness, and complacency. There is no growth, no new ideas emerging, same old, same old. Even the innovations to meet the demands of the digitized age, that is also wanting. There is no effort to embrace change and to participate in training activities. Yes, no need to be committed to excellence. We cannot remain in this stage. We now have to be consistent in seeking opportunities for ongoing growth and development. Your mode of excellence can have no expiry date. Yes, you have to look out for these amber signs. So when the department is not growing, that's amber. If the targets are not being met, that's amber. If the graph line is flat, that's amber. But if you are committed to excellence, you will have to exhibit the required resilience to design, to craft new ways of remaining relevant and optimizing success. Then there is green. Thank God for green. Persons who will remain consistent and committed to exhibiting great energy. Persons who will always be creative. Persons who will be driven by a desire and a passion to achieve excellence in every sphere. Persons on a real quest to engender growth among colleagues and supervisees, seeking to make a positive difference in people's lives and in our organizations. Persons supportive of regulatory standards. Persons exhibiting a key sense of loyalty and a commitment to overall organizational development. But then, what happens when we encounter a detour sign? The pandemic that we are now facing is a detour sign. It is a detour sign on the road to excellence. A detour sign does not mean that we will not get to the agreed destination. It simply means that we will have to take a different route. So people of excellence know when it is time to change strategies to meet the demands of the time. When it is time to rethink how we do things. Excellence means managing our challenges. It means overcoming our obstacles and adjusting our mindset to embrace positive change. There are times, yes, there are times when we will face a sign that warns of road construction ahead. Incomplete roadway, repair to road surface. And that is exactly what is happening now. Our regulators are looking at repairing the roadway. A roadway that has been laced with potholes of poor internet connectivity. The attendant challenges of working from home, administering online assessments and instruction activities, even determining when is the appropriate time for face-to-face interaction. There are times when the construction sign is merely reminding us to be exemplary in our role and to explore avenues for our own professional growth and development. And not just through academic exercise, but also through volunteerism, exhibiting care, exhibiting sensitivity towards our colleagues, acknowledging that it is not about being popular, but about being respected. It is not about competition, but it is all about collaboration. Every roadway has a speed limit. As exemplars of excellence, we must heed the speed limit. Ignoring the speed limit will plunge us into varied difficulties. In this context, difficulties will surface. And at this time, the education system is understandably fraught with difficulties. Introspection is now required. Ask yourselves, what skills, what talents do I possess to help us out of these challenges? As you do your introspection, you are likely to discover gaps in your own ability to be responsive to the task at hand. So seek help. You're probably not adept at maneuvering your way on a particular platform. And so you have difficulty pulling and analyzing digital data necessary for policy development. Get a coach. Checking your speed means accepting the importance of self-care. Yet, you cannot afford to be a lone ranger. Reach out to persons with the requisite expertise. What suggestions have you made with regards to maintaining the speed? What about your own action plan? There just might be need for some revision, some tweaking. Because let's face it, circumstances have changed and new realities have emerged. But then comes one very important road sign: no overtaking. You must operate within the agreed system. Trying to get others to look bad so that you can look good is not advisable. Know your role and the parameters within which to operate. It is so important that we do not compete against one another, but we collaborate with one another. Note the preposition, and it is quite deliberate. We compete against, but we collaborate with. So it is crucial that there has to be a time for overtaking. When we face the broken white lines, it is time to overtake. It is safe to do so. It is reckless overtaking that is dangerous. So if in a setting you recognize that persons are resisting proposals that will benefit the system, or persons are just being lazy and selfish, pursuing their own agenda, unwilling to embrace change and new ideas, then by all means overtake. Do what you have to do. This overtaking speaks to the willingness to engage in cross-training. Do not settle for mediocrity. Access training at all levels. It is all right to volunteer to take on added duties. Do not sit back and refuse to introduce an innovation simply because it means more work. Continue to focus on professional and personal development. Yield, interesting sign, telling us to proceed slowly. Why? It is not a competition. Do it together. It is important that you continue to value the opinion of others. It is all about resilience and perseverance. The Bible tells us the race is not for the swift, but for those who persevere. Excellence at this time might seem elusive to some, but keep working towards it and do it together. I beg of you, do not support until you have a grouse. Do not support until you feel offended. I say to you, support all the time. Know your purpose and remain on Excellence Expressway. There are several warnings along the expressway. Animals crossing, concealed entrance, etc. And we must avoid these so that we do not face major setbacks or even the likelihood of a mishap. So amid the challenges, have you been monitoring and vetting records so that when the regulators require information and data, there is no inaccuracy in the information provided? Are you being loyal, owning decisions made at the senior level and not blaming the leader when you are sitting with your friends? This will come back to haunt you because we are all aspiring to be leaders in our own rights. And so you have to be loyal followers to avoid karma. Never fail to maintain your composure, always setting the professional standard for others to follow. Value individuals. Everyone has a strength. Find it, applaud it, so that you can have an opening to address the weaknesses. We know that in the Jamaican context, there is no expressway without even a pothole. So even as we are going full speed ahead on Excellence Expressway, it is not always going to be smooth sailing. Aristotle reminds us not to make excellence an occasional occurrence, but a way of life. So handle each obstacle with great maturity and display strong leadership traits. When it is time to get off Excellence Expressway, you will get to a point where two important roadways intersect: Stewardship Street and Mission Main Road. This for us, whatever we do as professionals, has to be a vocation, a call to Christian service, not just a career. Stewardship in education will end based on chronological dictates, but stewardship will come up for divine assessment after this life. Do your best. Give of your best. Michael J. Fox says, do not confuse excellence with perfection. Excellence we can achieve, but perfection is God's business. You see, we have been operating in an era when BC now means before computer. So the reality is, we can Google for an answer. We can Google for a career. We can Google for a wife or a husband. But you cannot Google to find what has been in our hearts, what it is that is lifting us skyward. Awardees, service for you all must never be controlled by a remote. You have to get up and make a change. So I say to us all, be the adhesive that will connect the ideals of our division to the policies of our regulators, and having them working together as a fluid entity. The regulators, regional offices, other affiliates of this ministry, school leaders, we're all in a different platoon, but we must know that we belong to the same army, an army that must strive for and fuel national development. So continue to function amidst the darkness of even negative views and illuminate what is positive and uplifting. So let us continue to make resilience our anchor, integrity and honesty our foundation, respect, love, fair play, and godliness the basis of our lives, and outstanding stewardship our permanent reality. It is really not about how popular we are, not the accolades from men, but the lives we continue to touch and transform. And I ask you to find significance in the words of Ted Kennedy, who in eulogizing his brother, Senator Robert Kennedy, said, "My brother needs not be idolized or enlarged beyond what he was in life. But I want him to be remembered simply as a good and devout man who saw wrong and made it right, saw suffering and tried to heal it." One of the fundamental signs of deprivation that we face is that we do not recognize that we have a responsibility to humanity, because that is what makes life in every segment of its substance worthwhile. I know, as I close, that we are living in a world that is highly commercialized, and we are bombarded by various advertisements with, believe it or not, they have profound taglines. Since we cannot ignore them as they dominate the airwaves, I wish to suggest that we all, awardees all, begin to use some of these taglines as markers, signaling life's truths as we seek to travel on Excellence Expressway. Kentucky's slogan is, "Nobody does it better." Let us continue to aim for excellence and make it a way of life as we function along the educational landscape. Burger King hastens to advise us, have it your way. That is simply reminding us to serve diligently and to allow our moral principles to swerve us away from professional pitfalls. The footwear Adidas shouts, "Impossible is nothing." We all know the challenges we confront daily, but let us continue to make God our sufficiency and move into the Nike mode and just do it. Just do it. Do what? You may ask. Do what we have been called to do. Continue to develop as exemplary professionals, serving humanity faithfully without shirking our duties or responsibility. And I say to us, adhere to Samsung's instructions. Do bigger things. It is not about position. It is not about anything else but the lives we continue to impact. Apple iPhone reflects an essential truth by declaring, you are more powerful than you think. So, as engaged civil servants, let us all leave here to continue to perform our duties, embracing Puma's line, which commands us, fuel your passion, a passion to respond with care and sensitivity to the needs of others. We're all called to servanthood. So let this event compel us to allude to the sentiments penned by Bessie Stanley. And my coinage is, what constitutes excellence? He has achieved excellence who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of intelligent men and the love of little children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who has left the world better than he found it, whether by an improved garden, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul, who has never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who has always looked for the best in others and given them the best he had, whose life has truly been an inspiration and whose memory will certainly be a benediction. God bless you.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Reed. I was completely enthralled and engrossed in your presentation, really from a little biased perspective because we're short with dates. But in a very real way, thank you for taking us along this very practical excellence expressway. And if you're not on the Excellence Expressway, after Mrs. Reed's presentation, you certainly have no choice but to get on it. Remember to obey the signs, pay keen attention to them, look at the stop signs, make sure that when you get to the crossroads, you take the right direction. Because at the end of the day, colleagues all, it's very important for us to remember that we will be judged by the one above for the work that we have done and the worth that we have invested into other people's lives. And so, and while you're there, just think about your own tagline. And I just want everybody to have a tagline, right? And so, on behalf of our Minister of Education and our team from the PMAS unit and HR unit and all the members of staff of the Ministry of Education, I'm going to invite Mr. Delroy Williams, Community Relations Education Officer, and my co-host this afternoon to make a presentation to our guest speaker.
Presentations always. So thank you so much on behalf of the entire team.
Yes.
May God bless you.
Yes, I'm happy I came. At least I got the chance to see you.
Of course.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so very much, Mr. Williams. I see you up here chatting up Mrs. Reed. You know.
Don't worry.
I see you. Well, Mrs. Reed, we're particularly interested to know, somebody in the chat wanted to know where you can Google to find a husband. Don't know if you could tell us. I'll just let them know in the chat. Yeah, okay. Thank you so very much. All right, so that's for the lady in the chat that wanted to know that. So, colleagues, we are at the point in our ceremony that I know everyone has been waiting for. Now, if you are ready to start hearing who the awardees are this afternoon, I want you to make some noise. And of course, you know me. You know that I'm going to be monitoring the chat. You know that I'm going to want to be hearing from you. So I want you to tell us in the chat, just link us up, hit us up if you are ready to hear the awardees or level 1 and 2 and 3 awardees across the regions. Make some noise in the chat. The people downstairs, make some noise for the people in the regions, because your time soon come. We really want to be creating a big ruckus over here this afternoon, because yes, we dress up and we look kind of stush today, but the truth is we're really here to just let ourselves down and just let our hair down and just have some fun. And so, are you ready? Dwayne, how is it looking over there in the chat? Are they ready? They're ready? How much of them said I'm ready? I need at least 500 people to say that they're ready before I can continue. Everybody's saying that they're ready, Dwayne? Are they all saying ready?
I'm seeing a lot already.
You're seeing a lot already? Okay. Well, I'm rip-roaring and ready to go. And we begin, ladies and gentlemen, with Level 1 awardees for Region 1. They're clapping in the chat? They're clapping in the chat? Very good. Listen out for your name. And of course, you know I'm going to have to call your people name nice. If you need a special call, just let me know in the chat so I can French up your name for you. And we begin, ladies and gentlemen. Level 1 awardee, Denise Bryan. Special Needs Coordinator, Region 1. Look at Denise. Nicole Madden, Records Clerk. Level 2 awardees for Region 1. We begin with Christine Bartley, Education Officer. Andre Brady, Records Officer. Dasmin Kennedy, Regional Director. Jodianne Butler, Personnel Administrator. Sophia Price Walters, Assistant Building Officer. Vivette Swaby, Educational Psychologist. Give them a round of applause, please. Then, of course, we move on to our Level 3 awardees for Region 1. And we begin with Danielle Moore, Senior Secretary. Eileen Williams-Dawkins, Technical Development Officer. Ellen Ritchie, Regional Financial Controller. Evelyn Walden-West, Education Officer. Ewan Williams, Hazel Masters-Williams, Education Officers. Ian Hisby, Regional Building Officer. Jadeem Johnson, Records Officer. Janet Walsh-Davis, Education Officer. Giovanni Bennett, Records Clerk. Joan Gordon-Shaw, Education Officer. Julia Edwards. Julia, I think maybe you're going to get married to a gentleman named Richards. I'm seeing that in the future for you. Julia Edwards, Assistant Education Officer. Carlene Elliston, Educational Social Worker. Kenisha Reed, Clinical Psychologist. Kimisha Francis, Education Officer. Kimoya Headlam Henry, Registrar. Kirk Morris, Assistant Building Officer. Look at my friend Latoya Johnson, Education Officer. Lisa James Richardson, Health and Family Life Educator / CRO Delroy.
Yes.
Natalie Constantine Beckford, Education Officer. Nicole Brown Francis, the Director of Schools Personnel. Nordia McIntosh Vassell, Health and Family Life Educator. Rayness, pretty name girl, you know. Rayness Simpson, Assistant Technical Development Officer. Shauna Gilbert, Technical Assistant. Shania McFarlane, Records Clerk. Suzanne Nelson Bloomfield, Senior Education Officer. Tamika Edwards, Records Clerk. Tamika McCreath, Education Officer. And Yannick Richards Bailey, Education Social Worker. She's married to my cousin. Please put your hands together for the Region 1 awardees. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to Region 2. That's my home, so you know we're going to make a little noise for them, even though I'm down in Region 5. And we start with our Level 1 awardees. We begin with Donetta Gordon, Office Attendant. That's what happens, Delroy, when you're trying to round up your mouth
Yeah.
too much. Office attendant, not to be confused with office attendant. We move on to Alton Decade, education officer. Claudette Henry Harris, senior education officer. Dwight Toilet, Lansford Grant, Liebert Drisdale, education officers. Slash CRO for Liebert. We have to big them up specially. Yes. Marva Brian Patterson, senior secretary. Melisha Forrester, records clerk. Shari Curry, secretary. Cheryl Jackson, personnel officer. Sophia Morsby Jonas, supervisor, budget and bank reconciliation. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the level 1 awardees from Region 2, the region that cares. Woo, that's a lot. We have 845 names to get through. Yeah. So let's keep going. Region 2, level 2 awardees. We begin with Mr. Fitzroy Pierce, driver, who has not been stopping at all because he's here. We move on to Javiel Byfield, records clerk. Melissa Perkins Jones, health and family life educator. Michelle Green, assistant building officer. O'Neill Layla, education officer. Rowan Purcell, regional financial controller. Shahani From Roberts, education officer. Tracy Panton, educational social worker. And this last name, rounding out the level 2, my good friend, Mrs. Yashika Blackwood Grant, senior education officer. Pick up yourself, my friend. We move on to the level 3 awardees for Region 2. We begin with Anika Williams, clinical psychologist. Angela Murphy, hey Mrs. Murphy, education officer. Averine Bradshaw, special needs coordinator. Janet Brim, regional director. Julia Roden, voucher preparation officer. Carlene Grubb Clark, technical assistant. Marcia Dallas McKenzie, education officer. Patricia Salmon, senior education officer. Suanne Robinson, assistant building officer. Tamian Ross, educational social worker. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for all the awardees for Region 2. Of course, we move over to the coastal climes of Region 3. Delroy, you're placed that? Yeah, let's make some noise for them. Delroy, you're on it, yeah? And we start off with our level 1 awardees. Carol DeCasio, education officer. Kadisha Brian Taylor, records clerk. Monique Rose, records officer. Natalie Pottinger Hunter, office attendant. Nathaniel Johnson, office attendant. Raquel Stevenson, personnel officer. And Sashanique Gabriel, data entry officer. That's our level 1 awardees for Region 3. I hope they're keeping the applause going in the chat.
We're seeing
it's
a lot
going.
of that.
Is it going? Is there lots of cheering and woo?
We're seeing a lot
That's
of that.
happening?
Yes.
Okay. If it stops, let me know. And then I won't call
Not from
another
Region
name.
3,
Okay, very good. Level 2 awardees for Region 3. Anne-Marie Henry, office manager. Bernally Reese, regional financial controller. Carlene Bonner Chambers, education officer. Daniela Gordon Gibbs, records officer. Delroy Williams, community relations education officer. Earlette Findley, regional building officer. Fabian Wainwright, education officer. Jason Harris, educational social worker. Merliana Parry Shirley. Did I call that correctly?
Correctly.
That's a whole heap of name. I bet you she's tiny. Education officer. Millicent Robinson da Costa, education officer. Shante Johnson, voucher preparation officer. Tracy Stanley Campbell, director of personnel. Tucson Walters, Assistant Building Officer, and Vanessa Dioili, Records Officer. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting Level 3 awardees for Region 3. Enos Rob. Sounds like a very wise gentleman. Gentleman. Enos. Like his middle name is like Nehemiah. You know, that sort of a thing. Good job, Enos Rob. Harleen Gordon Riley, Education Social Worker. Junior Livingston, Registrar. Khadijah Green, Senior Secretary. Tennessee Haynes Davidson, Senior Education Officer. Keva Reed, Clinical Psychologist. Latoya Morgan Smith, Technical Development Officer. That's my P's for those of you who know that. Linda Campbell Miller, Senior Education Officer, who get promotion.
Yes.
So she did such a good job, she got a promotion.
Yes.
Okay, great. Loretta Brown Boyd, Senior Secretary, and Marsha Johnson Henry, Education Officer. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for all of the awardees from Region 3. So I'm jumping down to hot St. James, hot Region 4. The Region 4 people ready? The innovators people ready? Are they in there making noise? Is Dr. Pinnock in there making noise?
Yes.
Am I hearing from the Region 4 people? What are they saying? Tell me what they're saying. Them saying, what are they saying? Forward,
Ready,
forward,
ready,
Ray.
ready,
What are they
ready.
saying? Ready, ready, ready. Region 4, here we go. We begin with Level 1. And Denny, is that and Denny and Deanie and Denny Cunningham, Records Officer. Oh, these women and their double-barreled names. Carlene Duncan Mesado, Educational Social Worker. She sounds rich. Stacy and White Tulsi, my pretty friend, Educational Social Worker. Tashikia Maxwell Sinclair, Special Needs Coordinator. And Trina Simpson Rattray, Education Social Worker. We're moving on to the Level 2 awardees for Region 4. We begin with Cynthia Shaw, Secretary. Levon Grant, Senior Secretary. Merlene Smith Miller, Educational Social Worker. Tamara Clark, Records Officer. Tiffany Grant Smith, Education Officer. Valicia Maxwell, Voucher Preparation Officer. Please put your hands together for them. And of course, Delroy, I think you need to come beside me for this one. Right? Because we have to go. So we're going to move on to the Level 3 awardees for Region 4. Right? And then I'm going to just hand over to you. Because honestly, in all fairness and honesty, I'm tired. So we begin with Secretary Anola Creary. Is it Anola? Yeah? Sounds very posh.
Yeah.
Very, yeah. Anola Creary. Ojrel Vassal. Otherine Martin Turner. Avril Campbell Brown. Carnett Colomathy. She did well in math or something. She's the registrar. Christopher Carr, Education Officer. And then who are we going on to, Delroy?
We continue to Dr. Michelle Pinnock, Regional Director. Nicole Williams Brown, Project Manager. Patricia Horton, Senior Education Officer. Patricia Mumbi Lela, Senior Education Officer. Shamara Brissett Gordon, Education Officer. Stokely Reed, Education Officer. Susan Sims, Education Officer. Sydney McLeod, Driver. Tracy Ann Grant, Supervisor, Budget and Bank Reconciliation. Troy Whittingham, Regional Financial Controller. And Yvonne Ward Adi, Education Officer.
All right, thank you so very much, Delroy. And you know, we were so excited to get into calling the names that there was something we needed to do first that we didn't. So I know some people are probably outside having kittens. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to break now as we hear from Sergeant Rosemary Lee as she performs the song Reach as a tribute to the awardees, those that have just gone and the others that are to come. So just reach for your applause button and reach up some applause in the chat for me, please, as we hear from Sergeant Rosemary Lee.
Some dreams live on in time forever. Those dreams we want with all your heart, and I'll do whatever it takes to follow through this promise I made. Put it all on the line. What I hope for and last will be mine. If I could reach higher, just for that moment in the sky, for that moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. See, now I've tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could reach, some days are meant to be remembered. Those days we rise above the clouds. Woo! And I'll go the distance in time, seeing more the higher I climb. But the more I believe, I will hope more and last will be mine. If I could reach higher, just for that moment in the sky, for that moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. See, no, I've tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could reach, woo! If I could reach higher, just for one moment to the sky, for that moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. See, now I've tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. I'm gonna be higher. Just for one moment, touch the sky. For one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. See, now I've tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could reach. Thank you so much. God bless you.
So much, Sergeant Rosemary Lee. Oh, if I can reach higher, yes, be stronger and put your shoulders to the wheel. And that's what we've been doing. And that's why this evening we celebrate with all our awardees as we continue to look at the Level 2 awardees for Region 5. Yes, I don't hear Anita saying anything, yeah? But yeah, I did say Region 5.
Region 5.
All right. The region of champion indeed. Chevelle Smith, data entry officer. Charmaine Malcolm Hewitt, regional financial controller. Gregory King, the Myconian education officer. Janet Shaw Gooden, Education Officer. Keithel Forbes, Casual Worker. Kirel Hewitt, Technical Assistant. Natalie Nugent Welcome, Technical Development Officer. Natasha Sewell, Director, Schools Personnel. Nicholas Thompson, Records Officer. O'Neill Morgan, Assistant Building Officer. Rosetta Hanson, Education Officer. And Zodian Pitt, Secretary. We salute our awardees. We continue to look at the Level 3 awardees for Region 5. Althea Griffiths Brown, Senior Secretary. Andrew Miles, Education Officer. Anita Bailey, Community Relations Education Officer. Benico Sinclair, Office Attendant. Cassandra Grant Brown, Education Officer. Cheryl McDonald Thompson, Office Attendant. Colette Morris Plummer, Education Officer. Coral Ray, Senior Education Officer. Debian McLean Bernard, Educational Social Worker. Denise Samuels Allen, Supervisor, Budget and Bank Reconciliation. Dennis McLean, Personal Administrator. Donovan Casanova, Driver. Iris Rodriguez Jones, Casual Daily Worker. Janelle Supat, Registrar. Jessica Davis, Records Officer. Latoya Watson Ducali, Education Officer. Latoya Palmer, Voucher Preparation Officer. Laverne Hackett, Casual Daily Worker. Lonine Palmer Carroll, I hope I'm pronouncing it properly, Education Officer. Marjorie McDonald, Education Officer. Marsha Fennell Bell, Education Officer. Melissa Thompson Higgins, Records Officer. Melissa Bailey Folks, Educational Social Worker. Nadine Leachman, that's Dr. Nadine Leachman, Regional Director. Nesbeth Nelson, Office Manager. Nevadine Gallimore Miller, Senior Education Officer. Rose Johnson Smith, Education Officer. Sandra Copeland Donaldson, Assistant Personal Officer. Sharon Thomas Gabriel, Personal Officer. Sophia Brown Sinclair, Health and Family Life Educator. Tanya Cargill Lewis, Secretary. Wendell Bailey, Senior Education Officer. And Unique Christian, Records Clerk. We now go to the Level 1 awardees for Region 6. We start off with the Director of Schools Personnel, Angela Mulgrave Thompson. Denise Ivy, Assistant Personal Officer, Acting. Derek Morrison, Office Attendant. Faye Ann Swearing, Personal Administrator. Floyd Kelly, Senior Education Officer. Kareen Mills Richards, Office Manager. And Raquel Ranger Cohen, Education Officer. We now call Level 2 awardees from Region 6. Anna K. Hines, Records Officer. Christine Dale Shields, Education Officer. Debian Clark, Records Officer. Morris Hines, Regional Building Officer. Sansia Kuhun Headley, Special Needs Coordinator. Talsia Hamilton, Health and Family Life Educator. Tracy Lynch, Education Officer. Allison Brown Thompson, Technical Development Officer. Brenda McDonald, Education Officer. Carol Douglas, Data Preparation Officer. Chantal Hewitt, Secretary. Craig Walters, Driver. Daphne Brown Mundell, Education Officer. Fiona Morris Webb, Senior Education Officer. Hanson Smiley, Office Attendant. Juanita Gordon Hunter, Educational Social Worker. Kareen Reed Clark, CREO, Community Relations Education Officer. Latoya Stewart Harris, Diagnostician. Marcia Elliott Allen, Senior Secretary. Marcia Higgins, Education Officer. Maxine Hills, Education Officer. Nanette Hales Barnett, Educational Psychologist. Shanique Smith, Records Clerk. Sonia Heslop, Regional Financial Controller. Are you seeing the... You're seeing a lot of response. Yes, we're seeing the clapping. All right, we know Region 6 is all a buzz right now. Sophia Forbes Hall, Regional Director. Woo! Stephanie Webb Parker, Senior Education Officer. Victoria Walker Myers, Supervisor, Budget and Bank Reconciliation. Christopher Reynolds, Education Officer. That's in Region 7. Keisha Shirley, Education Officer for Region 6. We're now presenting the Level 2 awardees for Region 7. Barrington Richardson, Regional Director. Errol Horton, Education Officer. Kersha Bell, Assistant Personal Officer. Tanisha Morgan Williams, Records Officer. And Yvette Gillespie Lewis, Education Officer. We now present the Level 3 awardees for Region 7. Bathsheba Shaw, Educational Psychologist. Christine Russell Lewin, Education Social Worker. Demar Good, Records Officer. Kamala Subarn, Education Officer. Karen Drummond Johnson, Records Officer. Pauline Jackson, Records Officer. Sharika Graham, Records Clerk. Wendy Mullings, Health and Family Life Educator. Shauna Murray. And what I want to present at this time is the Level 1 awardees for National Literacy Program. Shauna Murray, Enrichment Program Specialist, National Literacy Program. The Level 2 awardees for National Literacy Program is Karen Young Miller, Human Resource Management. Kwesi Kari Fisher, Cluster-Based Literacy Specialist. Levon Wheeler, Cluster-Based Literacy Specialist. Manly Wisdom, Regional Literacy Coordinator. Sheena Coulson, Cluster-Based Literacy Specialist. Sharon Bell, Cluster-Based Literacy Specialist. And the Level 3 awardees for the National Literacy Program, Nicola Shakes Wilson, Human Resource Management. Opal Utah Wilson, Regional Literacy Coordinator, and Stephanie Campbell-Pinnock, Regional Literacy Coordinator. Put your hands together, everybody, as we celebrate excellence this afternoon. We now ask at this time, we invite on stage Mr. Lukel Miller, saxophonist, Jamaica Constabulary Force Band, for an item, Ain't No Giving Up, courtesy of Chronics.
Boy, I really wish you could feel the energy and the heat up in here in the conference room at Building 1 over here. And of course, you know, we don't forget people, you know. We don't forget people. Thank you so very much, Mr. Lukel Miller, saxophonist with the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band. Them sound real good. And, you know, we want to say, you know, thanks for that timely reminder. We don't have no give up to give up, because this ministry is a ministry that does not give up. If we were to give up, we would not, certainly not, have doubled the amount of awardees that are eligible for award this year. So I hear the noise start downstairs in the Delroy. I hear the noise, I hear, and I know that good things are going to start happening just about now when I invite Mrs. Naima Daniels Heath to announce the level 1, 2, and 3 awardees for Central Ministry. Please go over into the chat, make some noise, and Central Ministry people downstairs and over there, so please start with the noise making right now.
Good afternoon. Time plus pleasure, and most of all God, has given me this opportunity this afternoon to celebrate and affirm our levels 1 to 3 awardees from the Central Ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, celebrate with me as I mention those from the Career Advancement Program. Our Level 1 awardee, Faith Morgan. Our Level 2 awardees, Annette Giddens Chisholm, Kayan Heath. Our Level 3 awardees, Gary Welsh, Melanie Riney. And from the Center of the Occupational Studies, we have our Level 3 awardees, Kenisha Brown, Simone Rawle. Help me celebrate those from the Children's Affairs Policy Division. And our Level 1 awardee is Trudy Ann Smith. Our Level 2 awardee is Janelle Murray. I will now celebrate the Communications Unit awardee for Level 2, Latoya Sams Blackwood. From the Compliance and Post Audit, we have our Level 3 awardees, Julianne Ivy and Lincoln Johnson. Help me now to celebrate those from the Curriculum and Support Services Unit. Level 1 awardees, Melissa Hunter, Sadie Robinson. Our Level 2 awardees, Cecile Young, Colleen Clark Russell, Novlet McLean Francis, Renee Davis, Vivienne Pitter. And our Level 3 awardees are Alicia Lindsay, Annika Magnus Watson, Charlotte Comup, Clover Hamilton Flowers, Elton Johnson, Janice Campbell Witter, Jasmine Wade, Lorna Thompson, Martha Corbett Baugh, Michelle Kerr, Okimo Duki, Ariana Jones, Ramona Smith Hamilton, Roxanne Lovelace, Roy Taylor, Seymour Hamilton, Sheena Salmon, and Winnie Berry. Ladies and gentlemen, I now move to our Documentation, Information, and Access Services Unit. Our Level 2 awardee is Richard Tappy, and our Level 3 awardee, June Kelly. Help me to celebrate our awardees from the Employment Relations Unit. Our Level 1 awardee for today is Latanya Smith. Our Level 2 awardees, Eartha Askew, Lamar Codlin, and our Level 3 awardee is Kadian Gilbert. Ladies and gentlemen, I now move over to the Education System Transformation Program, and we have only one awardee today, and it's a Level 2 award, and it goes to Kimara Cousins. I now celebrate those from the Exams and Assessment Administration Services Unit. Our Level 1 awardees, Dion Sampson Gaynor, Jeru Robinson, Latoya Green, Marsha Winter, and Wilmark Cohen. Our Level 2 awardees are Amanda Stewart, Andre Johnson, Elmay Wellington, Kimberly Hardy, Margot Jones, Marita Hayden Innswood, Rowan Yates, Sigrid Drisdale, Stacy Witter Bailey, Tiana Knight, Tracy-Ann Pearson, Wayne Fraser. Our level 3 awardees for today are Azalea Reed, Charlene Stoddard, Christopher Bloomfield, Damone McDougall, Deshane Bisumber, Kimroy Ricketts, Margaret Clark, Marjoriana Clark, Maria Ho Young, Melissa Pottinger Barnaby, Otis Morgan, Paula Lindsay, Sechelle Grant, Shane Wickham, Shanice Ariella, Siobhan Taylor, Sharon Barnes, and Sidane Hutchinson. Ladies and gentlemen, now I celebrate the Facilities Management Unit, and our Level 1 awardees are Casey Coley, Christopher Wallace, Elwin Green, Handel Brown, Joelle Foster, Kayan Miller, Kemar Wallace, Lorna Napier Wilson, Malicia Scott Nelson, Peter Miller, Rohan Martin. Help me now celebrate those for Level 2 awards. And they are Angela Pratt, Carla Peart, Kanisha Campbell, Dahlia Murray Pink, Damian Buckley, Desreen Smichael, Jeanette Williams, Joy Campbell, Cadian Edwards, Cassell Whitaker, Lloyd Lindsay, Maria Williams, Adine Silvera, Orlando Purcell, Olive Brown, Ramon Rose, Sheldon Rose, Theophilus Lawrence, and UL Gordon. Now help me to celebrate those with their Level 3 awards, and they are Anne-Marie Rainford Hines, Beverly Morgan, Christina Johnson, Claudia Brown, Diane Mitchell, Garnett Campbell, Howard Loftman, Ida Richardson, Junior Johnson, Karen Clark Campbell, Kamar Patrick, Kanika Williams Splatt, Marlene Fritz, Natalie Brown, Omar Thomas, Robert Hall, Sandra Holmes, Sandra Hilton, Sophia Rodney, and Maurice Thompson. I continue with the Finance Division, and our Level 1 awardees are Alicia Grant, Elisa Sharp, Shantae Henry, Janelle Smith, Grace Russell, Jamelia Griffiths, Kadian Dixon, Michelle McKinnon Deans, Nicola Thomas, Nicole Blake, Paula McKenzie, Shanice Hines, Simone Oates, Tamika Swears, Vivian Seeley. We now move on to our Level 2 awardees, and they are Janoy Luton, Kadeen Wilson, Shanae McCollum, Camille Cameron Gentles, Marcella James Anderson, Milton Riley, Olive Thomas, and Suzanne Winter Blair. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I will now celebrate our Guidance and Counseling awardees, and they are Level 3 awardees, Javette Beale and Paulette Lewis. Our awardees from the Human Resource Development Unit. Level 1, we have Charmaine Hall White. Our Level 2 awardees are Melissa Manbowman Sutherland and Tadine Ashmead. I will now continue to celebrate those from the Human Resource Management Unit. And our Level 1 awardees today are Janice Lindo Swaby, Kayan Hyde, Shanique Davis, Cheryl Campbell, and Tajira Riddle. Our Level 2 awardees are Joelle Brown, Shakira Walker Burbridge, Shara Wilkins Smith, and Suzanne Wallace. I continue with those at the Human Resource Management for Level 3 awards, and they are Charlene MacDonald, Donna Sinclair, Javiel Jemison, Jodianne Mills, Gillette Lakeman, Shamid Reed, Shanique Brown, Sharon Green, Chanel Bernard, Stacy Brown, and Tony Mart Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Human Resource Management and Administration awardees today are, and the Level 1 awardee, Beverly Farrell. Our Level 3 awardees are Analia Wallace-Muir, Diane Campbell, and Imani Marshall. We continue as we celebrate those from the Independent Schools Unit. And our Level 1 awardees are Andrew Pitkin, Euphemia Burke Robinson. And our Level 2 awardees, Andreen Jackson, Diane Thompson, Nicole Smith, and Portia Downey. At this time, we will celebrate our Information Communications Technology Award Unit awardees. And they are our Level 1 awardees, Donald Grant, Tyrone Anderson. And our Level 2 awardees today are Angeli Brown, Kamar Higgins, Kenworth Hines, Ramon Hill, and Tina Ball. From the Information Divisions Unit, we have our Level 1 awardee, and it's no other than Desiree Ebanks. Our Level 2 awardees are Jodianne Rowe, Nika Berrick, and Sandra Bennett. Ladies and gentlemen, and finally for today, I have the awardees from the Internal Audit. And these are our Level 1 awardees, and they are Noel Francis, Cherise Smith, and Stephanie Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and celebrate and affirm our awardees today for their stalwart work that they have done in recognition of all today. We thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Nahima Daniels, for that set of presentations. And we heard it. We heard the thunder coming from downstairs. It was almost like an earthquake here.
They refuse to behave.
Yes, listen to them again.
It gets worse every year.
Yes,
it gets worse every year, Delroy.
Every year?
Every year the behavior gets worse downstairs.
Well, I'm liking it.
But we love it. We love it. We love it.
Of course. All right. So thank you so much, and congratulations to all our awardees from Central Ministry. So right now we're going to be kind of serenading you and telling you, like, people like you, yeah, there's a place up there. And so we're going to be asking at this time Sergeant Lee to take us into that serenade. People like you, courtesy of Grams Morgan.
If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, There's a place for people like you. If you stand up for those down on their knees and lend a voice to those who cannot speak, if you shine a little light, give sight to the ones who've lost their way, there's a place up there for people like you. I've heard up there the streets were made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. Up there the streets were made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe, so when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. Come on, help us sing this chorus. Are you ready? I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. For people like you, there's a place up there for people like you.
Suzette Smith Corinthian, Tracian Smith, and Zineth Letman Thomas. The Level 3 awardees from the Jamaica Archives and Records Department: Carol Grant Brown, Charnel Hall, Denique Chambers, Aishika Lindsay, Joan Brown O'Connor, Cassandia Windet, Kenroy Wilby, Kimberly Scars, Christel Scott, Marcia Vernon McKay, Margaret Williams, Marklon Cranston, Marsha Vassell, Melissa Walker, Michael Jathan, Monique Ogilvy, Raquel Strawn in a rarity, Rajay Clemetson, Rayvon Mackenzie, Ricardo Wilts, Sashahana Hunter, Sean Hay, Shanagay Grant, Euron James. From the Kingston School of Nursing, the Level 1 awardees, Inez Brooks, Juliet Forrester Nugent. The Level 3 awardees from the Kingston School of Nursing, Carol Atkinson Morris, Danette Williams, Donna Davis Reed, Evis Henningham Burrell, Jacqueline Welsh, Juliana Lowell, Marva Lewis Nolte, Millicent Anderson Allen, and Novelet Paul Anderson. The Level 2 awardees from the Legal Services Unit, we congratulate colleagues Anastasia Gordon-Jones, Ashley Hunter, and Kimberly Osborne. From the Legal Services Unit again, with the Level 3 awardees, Debian Ellis and Sharon Highland Brooks, Lamar Quant, Latoya Duncan, one category from the National Mathematics Program, Cheryl Howell, Tashane Williams, and Tashana Tennant. The Level 2 awardees from the National Mathematics Program, Akil White, Alexia Stewart, Bernard Rodan, Bridget Shaw, Camille Searchwell Davis, Carlette Dietrich, Sarita Henry, Danielle Hilton, Duarna Mackenzie, Fabian Sterling, Felicia Brown Horton, Marcia Martin Phillip, Maikan Francis Garwood, Millicent Douglas, Nicola Panton, Shadeen Casey, Sydney Grant, Tamika Lodge Fenton, Tesfaneth Lennon, and Tyrone Brown. The Level 3 awardees from the Mathematics Program, Kamei Johnson Burrell, Christine French Brown, Claudia Utah Winter, Denise Daly, Faithlyn Williams, Hazel McNeil Derby, Isilda White, Janice Simpson Hales, Keisha Dyer, Karan Johnson, Latoya Shreya, Lisan Salmon, Michelle Towson, Nisha Grant Lawrence, Neva Cameron Edwards, Nikisha Sharp Montague, Nikisha Hardy, Nicola Robinson Miller, Ornella Bell, Richard Montague, Romaine G.P. Thomas, Shanique Sims, Charlene Brown Nelson, Siobhan Lewis, Simone Williams, Suzette Simpson McNeil, Tamara White, and Tamika Benjamin. From the National Student Registration Program, the Level 2 awardees, Theonia Swaby, Jessica Rodney, Javalda Fuller, Malika Smart, Ronette Hitter, Chantal Walker, Tamoy Roberts. From the Office of the Chief Education Officer, our Level 1 awardee this afternoon is Kevin McPherson. In addition, we have from the Office of the Chief Education Officer, the Level 2 awardees, Kassan Troop, Shanique Doyle, and Vernon Booth. The Level 3 awardees from the Office of the Chief Education Officer, Donna Faith Lodge, Nahima Daniels Heath. From the Office of the Permanent Secretary, our Level 1 awardees, Barbara Allen and Philippa Grant Smith. Our Level 2 awardees from the Office of the Permanent Secretary, Francesca Harris, Jasmine Francis. Level 3 awardees from the Office of the Permanent Secretary, Dilette Hope Webb, Leanza Chisholm, Novlet Jones, Shamar Thomas. In continuing the celebration this afternoon, we move to the Planning and Development Division. Our Level 1 awardees from that division are Anya Bernard, Leonie Banks, Melissa Lunan McTavish, Nicole Brown, Robin McDougall, Tavia Bishop. Our Level 2 awardees from the Planning and Development Division, Sharika Hussey, Dion Morgan, Dykes Farquharson, Judith Housen Lindsay, Crystal Williams, Marlene Kelly, Tassisha Barnett Jones, Tracian Morris. Our Level 3 awardees from the Planning and Development Division, Carleen Francis Stewart, Mashik Marvin Green, Nadine Mighty, Peter Gordon, Philippa Livingston, Rashida Green, Sean Parks, Sonia Dobson Walters. From the Performance Management Appraisal System Unit, our Level 1 awardee this afternoon is Sharika Brown. Our Level 2 awardee from the Performance Management Appraisal Unit, Systems Unit, is Rashane Evans. Our Level 3 awardees from the Performance Management Appraisal System Unit, Adrice Street, Denise Pitter, Michelle Hibbert. From the Procurement Unit, we affirm also the service and dedication to education. Our Level 1 awardees, Kirk Oates, Tedine Walker. Also from the Procurement Unit, our Level 3 awardees, Garth Gooden, Talian Pineda White. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Kerif Clark there from the National College of Educational Leadership for taking us through the awardees for Level 1, 2, and 3 awardees for Central Ministry. But guess what? We're not quite done. We are not quite done. We do have some more awardees, but before we get into them, we want to get into the excitement a little bit more. And so I'm going to ask you to put your hands together. Delroy, why are you moving up yourself over there? Delroy, what's going on over there?
I'm getting for the music.
Right, because Delroy knows what's about to come next, and so he's trying to get the rest of us into it. Everybody know I can't dance, but it doesn't mean that I can't invite you to get up and dance and jump and sing and shout and make as much noise as you want as you participate in the festivities this afternoon. And we invite Sergeant Rosalie again, and she's going to perform a medley of Tina Turner songs. And you know I'm serving Tina Turner heels today, right?
Yeah.
So over to Sergeant Rosalie for that medley of Tina Turner songs. And then when we come back, we are going to hear about the awardees Level 1, 2, and 3 for Central Ministry and the agencies.
Since we've been together, oh, loving you forever is all I need. Let me be 'cause I'll never be untrue. Oh, baby, let's, come on, put your hands together. Let's stay together. Loving you ever, ever. Times are good or bad. Come on, happy or sad. Woo! So in love with you. Whatever you want to do is all right with me. Let me be the one you can run to. Woo! 'Cause I'll never be untrue. Let me hear you sing it. Come on. Let's stay together. Loving you ever, ever. Times are good and bad. Come on. Happy or sad. Lord of mercy. All the MOE family. Yeah, man. Building 1, 2, and 3, and those across the island. Yeah. Woo! You're gonna rock to this one. My God. You must understand by the touch of your hands makes my pulse react. But it's only a thrill of boy meeting girl. Opposites attract. It's physical. Come on. Only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? Hey, what's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Amazing to you, I'm acting confused when you're close to me. Yeah, if I tend to look days, read it someplace, I've got cause to be the place for me. There's a place that feels, but whatever the reason, do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Yeah, to the hard-working MOE staff, you are simply the best. I call you, need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wide. Ooh, you come to me, hey, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. Hey, I know you know it. Ooh, when it can't be wrong. Hey, take my heart and make it stronger, babe. Hey, you're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Come on, put your hands together. Anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart. Hang on every word you say. Tears of fire. defeated. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. Walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go. Come on, wave the hands. Yeah, you are simply the best. Yeah, we appreciate you. Oh, you're the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart. Hang on every word you say. Dear, it's so far. Woo! Say I would rather be dead. Oh, you're the best. Thank you so much.
Right. All right, you're the best. And can I tell you, all of HR downstairs, you're the complete best. Right? Because I hear you singing. Yes, I don't know what's happening over the other buildings. I don't know what's happening in Region 3. Region 3, what's happening?
Let me vibe. I mean, Region 3 is going on crazy.
Oh, you
right
know,
now.
it's the Region 3 are going
I mean,
crazy.
Region 2
You're over
also.
Region 3. You call your RD. You talk to your RD.
Region 4
I
is
don't
going
see your RD
crazy.
in the chat.
Region 5 is going crazy.
I know my
Region
RD is
6
in the
going
chat.
crazy. I am just vibing them right now.
Listen to me. It's so phenomenal. This has been great, guys. You see me with the big laptop in front of me. That is because I want to make sure that I can interface with you, and I see the comments coming in fast and hard. I see Kelvita, I don't know what they're saying, but Juanita is saying, you know, sing that song. Nadine is bigging up Crystal, big up Philippa, go Melissa, big up Peter. Kenisha is bigging up Nadine, and of course Nadine with herself. I'm gonna have to talk to Pastor about Ray Judith. Yes, your supervisor, no. But I want to bring attention to what Alicia Grant is saying. She says something that's very profound, you know. She said we get so much bashing from our external customers. What bashing we get, you know? Sometimes I go on Instagram and cry. Yes, external customers. But this just goes to show that we are not here merely twiddling our thumbs and counting paper. I say we have done well. Congrats to all the awardees. And congrats to you, Alicia Grant, for making sure that you brought that in, you know. This is going on. I mean, Kenisha Splat carrying on with herself over there. But bap, you know? Bap.
I guess it's the best of her.
I don't know what is going on over there. And Kenisha again. Kenisha is just feeling herself about simply the best. Like da. Yeah, Delroy? Like
Simply the best, of course. And yeah, the region, all the regions, as I said, they're going crazy. We are seeing that. And we just want to thank Sergeant Lee, Rosemary Lee, for that medley of Tina Turner songs. Simply the best indeed. All right, we're going to be inviting at this time Davy Horton, Policy Analyst, Youth Division for... He's going to be presenting the levels 1, 2, and 3 awards to Central Ministry and agencies at this time.
Ministers, the Honorable Favour Williams, the Honorable Nestor Morgan, our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Maureen Dwyer, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, good afternoon. I've been given the awesome responsibility of presenting the names of those staff members of the Central Ministry here at the MOEYI and some of our agencies, namely the National College for Educational Leadership, the National Education Trust, and the Jamaica Tertiary Commission. as we continue to recognize the great service, dedication, and effort of our staff in service to Jamaica. Now, I will start with the central ministry. Rather, I'm continuing to recognize those awardees from the central ministry and then segue into our agencies. So I'll start with the level 1 awardees for the project management unit. We have, for the project management unit, Julian Bailey. The level 3 awardees for the project management unit, we have here Kevin Facey. Now, moving to the level 1 awardee for the safety and security in school unit, we have Mr. Courtney Berry. Level 2 awardees for the safety and security in school unit, Joseph Heron, Richard Troop. As we continue, we move to the level 3 awardees for the safety and security in school unit. The names are Angela Davison, Selena Pettigrew. The level 1 awardees for the school feeding unit, we have Kimberly Francis. The level 2 awardees for the level 2 awardees for the school feeding unit, Camille Cowell, Javier Burrell. The level 3 awardees for the school feeding unit, Mark Anderson. We move now to the level 1 awardees for the school's operation unit. We have Tanya Marsh Harris. The level 2 awardees for the school's operation unit are Earl Banton, Kerryon Young, Shellian Dillon Burrell, Chanel Pratt. And we continue with the level 3 awardees for the school's operation unit. The names are Dorrit Campbell, Nathalie McKnight, Olivine Evans, Shanika Wilson, Venice Lawrence Banton. We now recognize awardees from the school's personnel and administrative services. The level 1 awardees are Julie Hamilton, Shanalee Bogle, Chantel Emmanuel. Continuing, we move on to the level 2 awardees for the school's administrative services. We have Grace Spencer. The level 3 awardees for the school's personnel and administrative services are Deline Dowse, Denise Davis, Karen Gordon, Odette Lutus, O'Shane Brown. And we now segue into recognizing the awardees from the special education unit, starting with the level 1 awardees. We have Stephanie Christopher Winter and Vivian Blake. The level 2 awardees for the special education unit are Chanel Cole, Sharon Anderson Morgan. The level 3 awardees from that same unit are Camille Budhair, Christina Addington, Dion Gale Jones, Dwight Thompson. We now move to the special project unit. The level 1 awardee from that unit is Shanique Dennis. We continue with the awardees from the technical and vocational unit. The level 3 awardee from that unit is Shireen Davy Stubbs. we transition to the awardees from the Technical Services Division, starting with the Level 1 awardee, Ansel Dewile. The Level 3 awardees from the Technical Services Division are Janelle Scott, Kenil Kelly, Tashana White, Yashun Brent. We move now to the awardees for the Tertiary Personnel Unit, starting with the Level 3 awardees. We have Jessica Dixon and Coral Rookwood. The Level 2 awardees for the Tertiary Unit: Garfield King, Javel Hibbert, Michelle Williams, Owen Robinson, Raquel Copeland, Shamika Harris, Stephanie Bowen Graham, Tiffany Grant. The Level 3 awardees for the Tertiary Unit: Michelle Desgotes, Patrina Corniff McCoy, Renee Williams Brown. We transition to the awardees from the Transport and Security Unit. The Level 1 awardees are Leroy Morris, Robert King, Stephen Campbell. The Level 2 awardees from that unit are Andre Summons, Callis Harris, Carrion McLean Guy, Dale Ray, Keith Powell, Kemarley Cood, Latoya Kirkland, Latoya Peart, Amar Stevenson, Shane Henry, Trisana Taylor. Continuing with the Level 3 awardees from the Transport and Security Unit. We have Abigail McCoy, Adrian Smith, Akeem Wilberg, Anais Samuels, Andre Bartlett, Andreen Towson, Byron Williams, Collington Kelly, Dahlia Drummond, Dalton Young, Damian Morgan, Delroy McKeish, Dennis Forbes, Donnet Hedman, Garfield Thompson, Jermaine Heron, Joanne Barrant, Joanne Williams, Joycelyn Stedman. Continuing with the awardees from that unit, Level 3, Kemal Williams, Kenisha Johns, Kimberly Solomon, Laquane McKenzie, Lamaro Reynolds, Margaret Matthews, Marlon Sutherland, Melina Ferguson, Natasha Morrison, Rashida Atkins, Rayon Savage, Sean Smith, Tashina Treasure, Terrian Graham, Tonian Magam, Valerie Rowe. Now we move to the Youth and Adolescent Policy Division, starting with the Level 1 awardees. The Level 1 awardees are Kadisha Smith, Kenvoy Groves. The Level 2 awardees from the Youth and Adolescent Policy Divisions are your truly Davy Houghton, Don Marie Latouche, Donnet Bachon Walker, Dwayne Brown, Haley McFarlane Collins, Janar Van Werven, Jerome Chisholm, Charlene Mattox Bent, Simone Jackson Brown, and Yannick Williams. The Level 3 awardees from the Youth and Adolescent Policy Division are Charlene McLaughlin, Damian Green, Eltha Samuels, Gayon Mitchell, Orlando Pinto, Rhonda Walker Walters, Ruth Lawrence, and Simone Campbell. Now we move to the awardees from the Jamaica Teaching Council, and I just take the opportunity to congratulate the awardees mentioned thus far. The Level 1 awardee from the Jamaica Teaching Council is Shadika Barnes. The Level 2 awardees from the Jamaica Teaching Council are Christopher Doyle, Danelle Wilkes Mulholland, Drea Bailey, Fabian Miller, Kelvita Phillips, Kevin Barrow, Yvette Harriet. The Level 3 awardees from the Jamaica Teaching Council are Adele Hines, Angela Atkins Stall Daly, Davette Crossdale Bowen, Ina Hamilton, Ingrid Peart Wilmot, Sharon Hunt, Tanisha Brown Manley. Now we move to the awardees from the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, starting with the Level 2 awardees. We have Karen Johnson and Tracian Smith. The Level 3 awardees from the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission are Cecilia Nelson Richardson, Charmaine Crooks, Damian Black, Evan Cranston. Congratulations again to the awardees from the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission. Now we transition to the National College for Education Leadership. The awardee, starting with the Level 2 awardee. The Level 2 awardee is Troy McKetty. The Level 3 awardees from the National College for Education Leadership are Ashima Rankin, Camille Michael Patterson, Cheryl McCloughin, Colin Bailey, Karif Clark, Monique Kelly, Philando Neal, Sandria Hunt, Sultana Hemans, Tamaine Lumley, Terrian Wallace, Tonian Rankin, Travis Morgan. Now we segue to the National Education Inspectorate, starting with the Level 1 awardees. The Level 1 awardees are Colleen Swaby, Gary Campbell, Hugh Barnaby, Jodian Kennedy, Joseph McKenzie, Kadia Bell, Romaine Buchanan, Sandrina Fowler, Sanjay Hamilton, Shirley Morgan, Simone Vassell, Stephen Carr, Sarish Pedapudi, Tanisha Jackson Hill, Thaddeus Donald, Trudian Panchan Denny. The Level 2 awardee for the National Education Inspectorate is Nolette Brown. The Level 3 awardee from the National Education Inspectorate is Cara Witter. Now we move to the National Education Trust, starting with the Level 1 awardees. The Level 1 awardees are Angela Scott, Kareen Baker Thakur, Laurie Harris, Van Roy McGoo. The Level 2 awardees from the National Education Trust are Alonzo Watson, Andreen Constantine, Brian Pink, Dacia Wilmot, Kevin Williams, Shawnagay Mattis, and Cheryl Moncrief. The Level 3 awardees from the National Education Trust are Cassandra Anderson, Geddes Tennant, Joni James, Carleen Ramdan Ferron, Latoya Harris, Michael Paul, Omri Farquharson, Sashana McCleary, Suwain Miller. And that's all the awardees from the ministry and its agencies. Once again, congratulations, kudos, mazel tov to all our hardworking and dedicated staff who have been recognized here. Thank you very much for the opportunity for making or presenting these awardees.
Thank you so very much to all of our presenters. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I know the excitement is continuing in the regions. I know that there is a lot more that is to come for sure. And I want to thank Davy Houghton, policy analyst from the Youth Division, for his presentation of the Level 1, 2, and 3 awardees for Central Ministry and agencies. And of course, thank you to all of our other presenters. Some of them, well, we have Mrs. Nahimia Daniels Heath, Mr. Kerif Clark. Am I missing anybody, Delroy?
No, that's it.
That's it? Right. We want to say a very, very big thank you for coming through and assisting us with letting the people know who the Level 1, 2, and 3 awardees are across our regions, Central Ministry, and our agencies. Delroy, remember when we were growing up and there was this song, and there's this artist, his head did shine, and him did name a name, and it goes, strive.
Well,
and there's a little DJ part.
Yes, yes.
You have ambition. I don't really know about that
I don't really, I'm not a DJ.
Right.
I can't sing.
But it goes a little something like, step up in life and go for you. That's how it goes? Help me out.
Shinehead.
Is Shinehead sing the
Right,
song?
Shinehead.
All right, so Shinehead sings the song. And ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that right here, this evening, this afternoon,
have
on
Shinehead?
this stage, we don't have Shinehead.
Okay.
But we do have the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band, and they'll be performing their rendition of Strive. Please put your hands together for them. And remember, we have a lot more coming up. We have some special awards coming up, and I know you can't wait to hear as much as we can't wait to announce. Over to you, JCF Band.
Step up in life and go forward. You know you've got to strive. Remove the doubts from out your mind and let good flow. Ow! Give thanks and praises. MOE staff. This one reach out to all those persons who feel as though they want to give up. Strive and keep your head up high. Don't give up. This one is for you. Now hear this. Ow! Sometimes it's hard, but try and you'll get there. Believe you me. In order to achieve, go forth and take it. Set yourself free. With obstacles in the way, you may fall before you rise. But if you really want good, you know have to run. So get up and keep your eyes on the prize. So as part of the plan, you feel have ambition, and the Almighty One as your foundation. Hey, nobody get rich and switch because I definitely run me. I beg you, don't forget your friends and where you come from. If you a thief, remember God now sleep. And although you rob a man and you get well last week, you pull off out the street, but you beating go and sweet. Cause God a silent river and you know him run deep. Throughout history, lots of great men and women went about things the old-fashioned way. They just kept on winning and winning. But strive, step up in life and go forward. You know you've got to strive. Remove the doubt from out of mind and let good flow. Yeah. Strive and keep your head up high. Never give up. You understand me? Now nobody tell us you can't make it. I lie them I tell. Listen up. Be not moved by smart remark from people who think they're winning. Keep moving on, mind's got to be strong. Don't indulge in self-pity, but strive. Step up in life and go forward. You know you've got to strive. Remove the doubt from out of mind and let good flow. Step up in life and go forward. You know you've got to strive. Remove the doubt from out of mind and let good flow.
Where am I? Here? Ladies and gentlemen, strive. And we've been striving through the afternoon, and we're right here. Right, Delroy?
Yes.
All of this prettiness on the table going on. I hear a very interesting thing happening in the chat. People asking for money pull-up.
$5,000.
5,000 US dollars.
What is the
MM
question?
Green. We will arrange the collection. MM Green, 5,000 US dollars. What is the rate of the US to Jamaican today, Dwayne? Is it 185?
200.
It's 200 to 1.
That's all right.
Okay, so MM Green, Mr. Williams or I will be by to collect that 5,000 US dollars, because I could have never Jamaican. And we will do the money pull up shortly thereafter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been having such a fabulous time. All the technicians, I really have to give you guys a big thumbs up. You've been doing such a great job working with us consistently. Every little whim, they're working with us. If we say we want to move up into heaven, then point camera at us. So we're over here at the trophy table now.
They're ensuring that we're in order.
And they're ensuring that you're in order and that I look slim. So this is a good thing.
No, you have to do this. You have to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you so very much. So this year, and a lot of us would have seen the bulletin come out that spoke about the special awards that would have been offered this year. And we would have made sure as a PMAS unit, HRM as well, that there was a lot of rigor and inquiry that went into the names and the units and agencies, etc., that we would have arrived at. And so I know somewhere there are some units, there are some regions, there are some agencies, there are some people that are going to be very happy this evening, Delroy, because one of them big trophy here going to go somewhere. This one here going to go somewhere else. That one here going to go elsewhere. That one going to go somewhere definitely. And them probably can just give me one of these each for our good work, right? Yeah.
I would give one of these guys something.
I would give one. So everybody getting something today, though. everyone is going home happy because you've worked. And I really want to ask you to just give yourselves such a round of applause. We really appreciate your hard work, your dedication, the sacrifices, the late nights, the early morning, the no food, the long drives, the work that they want yesterday, that was due yesterday that they want
tonight.
2 days ago, tonight, that sort of a thing. And just big up yourself in the chat. How them looking over there in the chat? Thank you, girl.
You heard that?
Sorry.
We heard Juanita.
Thank you, Juanita.
Juanita saying,
Juanita,
you look hot.
I look hot. I look
slim.
hot. And slim. The slim part is important, right,
Okay.
guys? So just even if the hot part not there, the slim part is so critical. All right. So we're gonna stop beating around the bush right now.
I'm sure I'm in the frame. I'm in the frame.
You're
I'm
in
in
a
the frame
frame?
right now.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
can't see me. They
You're
can't
looking
see
very
the top.
dapper.
Oh, thank you so much.
Looking
Thank you.
very
Thank you
dapper.
so
We should have
much.
bust a little one dance for them doing a Delroy Tina
On the
Turner.
stripe?
God no.
Just a dance?
I like a DJ thing.
We'll see what happened later
Yeah.
on. We'll see
Remember
what
money
happened.
pull up running for the
We'll
DJ,
see
you know.
But it has to be more, right? Yeah, that
5,000
10,000
US?
10,000 for me.
Boy, Delroy, cream choke puppy. Anyway, let us continue.
We're about to announce the categories, the special awards category. We're going to be announcing for most compliant unit, most compliant region, most compliant agency, the gallantry award, top performing unit, group, top performing unit.
Yeah.
We're looking at top performing agency
Da-da-da-da-dee.
and the top performer. So we're about to announce that right now.
Booty.
So tell us,
Are you ready?
What should we be looking at?
All right. So we're going to start off with the most compliant unit. And this unit do some things. Them the only things. There is this one lady over there. I admire her so much. You ever broke anything for the ministry? As it relates to ICT. And you get a stern letter from her, you know? Plus them have a really awesome unit head too. Right? So who is going to get the award for most compliant unit for 2020-2021, Delroy?
Drum roll, please.
Give us a drum roll. Should I use my heels?
For 2021,
That was hard.
the most compliant unit
is
Information Communication Technology Division.
Big up yourself, Tina. Listen, that was the most compliant unit, Information Communication Technology. Definitely a hard-working unit.
Congratulations.
Trust me, they have certainly kept the lights
done
on
a
in
lot,
this
yes.
ministry since COVID, so we have to big them up. So we're moving on to the most compliant region, Delroy. Now,
Yes.
listen, I get all up a threat from my phone and them some people. Like, I've been threatened,
I'm
people.
wondering what's in the chat right now.
I've been threatened bodily. Yes? What's going on in the chat with the most compliant unit? Region, sorry. Who is it gonna be?
Will it be
Region
1?
Region 1? Could have possibly. They would have deserved it. Whereas
Yes.
like how there is, you know, they're refurbishing them office. A little boost. Yeah.
What about Region 2?
Region 2, them could have get it too. Maybe, possibly.
Well, I know it must be Region 3.
The jury's out on that.
The jury's out on that.
The jury's out on
What
that.
about
Delroy.
Region 4?
Yeah, man, them going on with themselves down there too, you know.
What about Region 5?
Boy. Could it be Region 5? I'm not
Could it be
sure
Region
yet.
5 or Region
I'm not
6
sure yet. Is it
or
Region
Region
6?
7?
Is it Region 7? Well, I'm not showing that slide already, you know, because they would just mash up for like a
that's
build up.
lovely.
The most compliant region over there in the cool climes of Mandeville.
Region?
Wait, no, I'm not done.
Yeah, set it up. All right,
Hello,
all right. Since you're setting it up,
thanks.
I just want to help you.
Located on 17 South Race Course Road. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for
Region 5.
Yes, all the people who threatened me.
All right, all right.
Congratulations,
So,
to Region 5.
I'm sure they're breaking down the building right now.
I am quite certain the people are going to call the police on them. 17 South Race Course Road,
All right.
Mandeville.
All right. We're seeing the
You
picture.
can't
We're
say
seeing
Mandeville,
a
you
nice
know.
picture is on the screen
Yes,
right now.
see how them nice
You're
and
there?
pretty. See me in that corner there over there, sir.
Okay. All right.
Looking not so slim, but, you know.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I know them tearing down the place. The people that going to call police on them, but you don't say Mandeville. You have to say Mandeville.
Mandeville.
You know, like it's Upper St. Andrew.
Okay.
It's Mandeville. Yes, good.
Okay,
Now
okay.
that we have that part, we're moving on to the most compliant agency.
2020,
2021.
The most compliant agency.
Yes.
Is the National College for Educational Leadership, NCL.
Delroy, you just jump on NCL, so you never remember getting a little build up too.
Build it up.
You want the people then go cotton tree for me. This agency, ladies and gentlemen, peopled by very hard workers.
Yes.
When them rolling out social media and video and all of these things and training, nobody can go against NCL. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the most compliant agency. Announce them again, Delroy.
National College for Educational Leadership, the most compliant agency. Congratulations to you.
All right, that sounds like we're shaping up nicely. So
now there's a gallantry.
There's a gallantry award.
Talk to us about that, Anita.
Yes. So over the last few years, when we've done the PMAS award, I think it's 2 years we've been doing it for, we have been recognizing persons that would have gone above and beyond as it relates to saving limb or life or property. And that's a very important part, because the job description really doesn't speak about if you run go save somebody's life or go run go save the property, right? But this year, the PMAS unit decided to open this award to just everybody that's a part of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. And so unit heads and agency heads, they were reached out to and asked to submit. One particular group of people submitted, and the committee met. And the committee decided that this particular area of the ministry that saw a team of individuals who felt it necessary, recognizing the risk to human life and limb, to undertake works utilizing their own material, utilizing their own equipment, on their own time, to effect work at the regional office.
That's awesome.
And so, anywhere you are right now, and I am going to call out their names. Let me get my paper. I'm going to call out their names, but they'll be getting one award. So anywhere you are, Mr. Keith L. Forbes, big up yourself. Mr. Andrew Miles, big up yourself. Mr. Donovan Casanova, Miss Laverne Hackett, Mrs. Iris Rodriguez-Jones, and Mr. Dennis Forbes from Region 5, the region of champions. We salute you with this gallantry award. Make some noise for them in the chat. All the noise and make noise.
Region 5.
Listen to me, everybody in here is so invested. All the cameraman them a clap. And we're so posh in here that it's 4 camera we want to have in a
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
We think all the way up there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the gallantry award for you, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we have some beautiful photos with the team working to make sure that the space is safe for all individuals involved. Right. Thank you so very much. What's the next award that we have?
The next award right now is a top performing unit group. And that top performing unit, what can we say about that one?
Boy, all I know is they are true heroes because they produce people. They produce members of society.
Especially now.
Especially now. Who are necessary to keep things going. I think these people deserve 2 awards. One from Minister Tufton and one from Minister of Education.
Exactly.
They are none other than...
And one from the Prime Minister, so 3.
And one from the Prime Minister. And one from the Governor General.
Yes.
Right. And maybe...
Because they have done a great job during this period.
They've done a fantastic job. And they, the top performing unit, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than... Who is it, Delroy?
The Kingston School of Nursing.
That is quite correct. Kingston School of Nursing. Boy, they are just they're just over there, you know. You know, really sick. You see Kingston School of Nursing on PMAS Day. You see the work that they do. Congratulations to the hardworking team at Kingston School of Nursing for ensuring that our nation is provided with quality healthcare providers. And top performing region, our highest performing region is who that? Talk to me.
It could be region 7.
Talk to me.
It could be region 3.
Talk to me.
It could be region 4.
Talk to me.
It could be region 6.
Talk to me.
It could be region 2.
But it is instead.
It could be region 1.
But it is
instead. It could be
instead.
region 5 also.
Lord Jesus Delroy.
It could be region 5.
Who is the top performing region?
For 2021, region 5.
Hear them and make noise. Hear them and make noise. Yes. Yes.
Congratulations,
more
Region
picture
5.
again. All whistling going on over here, though.
All right, we're now down to the top performing agency. Anita, make the grand announcement right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the top performing agency in the 2020-2021 Performance Management Appraisal System Virtual Awards Ceremony being held right here in the 3rd floor conference room at head office is none other than the National College for Educational Leadership.
Congratulations, Ensel.
Good job, Ensel.
We're now down to the top performer.
Listen, I want this award so much.
Well,
when I saw it, I said, I have to get this.
You're shortlisted?
No, I'm not. You know, but I'm making sure that I'm shortlisted next year.
It's on your vision board.
It's on my vision board, along with Model Thin and Very Wealthy.
Modeling?
Model Thin, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. And Very Wealthy and nicer car, right?
Okay.
But this top performer is right there on it.
All right, and it should be on all of us.
It's on all of ours.
Our vision board.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the top performer for 2021 comes from the core curriculum unit.
Who is she?
Or he? Senior Education Officer.
Hold on. And because of who she is, you know, we have to switch up some things.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. So we have to announce it a particular kind of way.
All right.
Yes. But me no know it, you know. So you have to go jump in with it. Yes.
So I know.
Okay, so let's go. So ladies and gentlemen, yeah?
Let us.
El presente.
Oh, you want, okay.
Yeah, because
Okay, I can't help you there. So you go on the El
So,
Presente.
nosotros el presentamos. Am I doing this right? Yeah?
I massacre the people in language.
Relax now, we're trying to think. Presentamos el topo performoro from the core curriculum. From the core curriculumo. Unutu. The core curriculum unit. Mrs. Martha Corbett Baugh.
Top performer. Put your hands together for her. Congratulations, Mrs. Martha Corbett Baugh.
And of course, we were not top performer in that introduction at all. She's going to kill us.
Zero,
Ladies and gentlemen, we really have to say a very big congratulations to all of our special awardees. You have done so tremendously well. Big up yourselves, Ensel, the ICT Division, Region 5. Who else we have on here? Kingston School of Nursing and Mrs. Martha Corbett Baugh. You know, we want to make sure that every single one of us are actually prepared to snatch some of these prizes. It's not just for Region 5 and it's not just for Ensel. It's for everyone. And it's all of us are capable of achieving it. So we want to give them another round of applause.
What's happening in the chat? We know congratulations are exploding.
The chat is going crazy. What that say? Bueno. Congratulations, Martha. Anything else in Spanish over there that I can pretend to understand? No, nothing else so? Nobody else not pretending. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful afternoon. We really have been going along. We really have been going strong. And we kind of coming down to the end of it now. We know you love us, but we also know you want to go home. Yeah.
You heard what I heard?
Yes. Yeah. Do you hear what I hear? What do you hear?
A lot of stuff. I hear that the entire Jamaica, all the regions, are exploding right now.
Well, I know Region 5 has exploded. And so, ladies and gentlemen, to take us out before we move into our vote of thanks, we're going to invite Sergeant Rosalie again to come with us and come and perform for us once more. Do you hear what I hear in the spirit of Christmas?
I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, all the teachers. To the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Hey, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song high above the tree, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as sea. Woo! Now said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? In your palace, warm mighty king, do you know what I know? Oh, a child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and Said the king to the people everywhere. Oh yeah, listen to what I say. Pray for peace and people everywhere. Oh yeah, listen to what I say. Oh, a child sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. Wave your hands. Yes, I want you all to enjoy your Christmas, and I wish you all a prosperous year. Hey, I know that we will. Do you hear? Oh, do you hear? I know that you will. I know that you will. Do you know? Do you know? No. Do you know? Hallelujah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? Thank you so very much, Sergeant Rosalie, who has been with us for the whole evening, doing such a fabulous job. But I hear that we have online, we've managed to get some international people online, some local people online. We want to hear from our top performer, who is all the way over in Cuba, and I hear she's online waiting for us to run a quick interview with her. We also have our Regional Director of Education Services from Region 5, the Region of Champions, Mr. Otis Brown. Mr. Brown, good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Brown there.
Here, Miss Bailey.
Hi, Mr. Hi, boss. How you doing?
I greet you well, Miss Bailey. Fine,
Sir,
thank you.
always greeting people well. Good afternoon, sir. Greeting you well as well, right here from the head office. How does it feel? What a legacy you take on, sir. 3 awards, gallantry, top performing unit. What was the other? Most compliant region and top performing region. What a thing you have taken upon yourself, sir. How are you feeling about that?
Of course, indeed, the spirit of excellence is upon Team Region 5, and I wish all other persons attending this ceremony virtually could hear the excitement in the building here at South Racecourse Road, number 17 in Mandeville. It has been an exciting afternoon for us.
Sir, I tell you that they threaten me bodily, sir. That we
Don't
have to come back
be
with 1
bothered
trophy
by
and we
their
come back with
threats.
3.
We from Region 5 will defend you.
Is them threatening me, sir? So, Mr. Brown, it's hard work ahead. Can you just tell us? I know you're just about 3 months into the post, but can you just share with us what the experience has been like working with a team that really seems to be so committed to excellence?
A remarkable experience to this point, Miss Bailey. Team Region 5 is a very, very dedicated team of people. It is obvious in the work that they produce or we produce here on a daily basis. This region has people who, despite the issues being faced in this VUCA environment caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, have continued to coalesce around the common purpose of ensuring that the business of education continues in the best interest of the stakeholders whom we serve, especially the children of this region and by extension, Jamaica. Has been quite an experience thus far.
And Mr. Williams has a quick question for you as well, my co-host from Region 3. I don't want him to harass you too much, sir, because you're riding on a high and we're winning. So we don't want the little bad 19 coming in, sir. Delroy, what you're saying to my boss?
Well, we can champion whatever it comes with, I'm sure.
Congratulations to you, Mr. Brown. Congratulations to the entire team there at Region 5. But do you recognize or do you realize that Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, and Region 6 and 7, they're going to be working hard to get this for next year? Do you realize the work that you'll have to go into to ensure that you keep this trophy next year?
Quite so, sir. Like I said at the start of my presentation, the spirit of excellence is upon us. And that spirit, it mutates over time. And what you're going to find is that there are going to be different strains of excellence coming out of this region. And each strain is going to be a strain at a higher level. And one that people who want to catch up with us will have to breathe very, very heavily to really, really meet the standards. So we are committed to it. We are dedicated. We are up for the task. We are going to continue to be a very collaborative and cohesive unit where we really correspond about the matters that are supposed to be done in this region, get the new ideas in, and do the research that we must and all the other things that will cause us to do well. Of course, you don't expect that I'm going to share all elements of the secret with you because you know that there are trade secrets in business. That's and if the business that have them share them, their business will go down. So in that light, I will not give you much more of what we will do in the region of champions.
Don't tell them, sir.
We will continue the champion education.
Don't tell them, sir. Don't tell them. Let them go lace up their track shoes and come and try to catch us. Thank you so very much, Mr. Otis Brown, Regional Director of Education Services in Region 5. And big up all the Region 5 people. You guys are awesome. And I'm not biased when I say that. We are moving. Yes, it is shameless, but I have no shame when it comes on to Region 5. All right, so we are going to hop over to Cuba.
Cuba.
We're going to hop over to Cuba, and we're going to talk to a lovely lady. Her name is Marta Luisa Corbett Bo. Miss Marta, are you on? Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes, señora. ¿Cómo está?
Buenas tardes para todos los colegas. Only that, let me start by saying that I'm not in Cuba, but I am abroad, and I'm giving thanks. I was not even connected, and I had to run to a location because I was told, hello, you need to be ready to share with the colleagues. And I am extremely honored for this recognition. But item number one, I am abroad, but not in Cuba. And secondly, I want to give thanks to the Lord for taking me from Cuba as the dream of my former generation of parents and grandparents who were Jamaicans, are Jamaicans, and went to Cuba. And life has allowed me to come back to Jamaica to give back. But this honor, this recognition today is not only mine. No es realmente mío solamente. This recognition is of all the persons I have worked with who have put up with what some of them call the Latin flair, to accommodate me beyond the working hours, to dance salsa with me, to run around, to get used to the fact that I will never work 9 to 5, but beyond 5 and before 9. And there are so many that I could not mention all. I start by Dr. Grace McLean, who made me and shaped me. I continue with Maureen Dwyer, whom has been right beside me. But my close leaders, Winnie Berry, Clover Hamilton, now Safna, and my two soldiers, my two musketeers, without Ramonia Smith Hamilton and without Roxanne Lovelace, Spanish and French officers, I would have never been able to achieve this. I love to believe that as a foreign language senior officer, we represent the change of the ministry, the change of the country, the hope for many of scholarships and better opportunities in our golden belt of foreign investment, all the way from Ocho Rios into Negril. I like to believe that not Martha alone, but Martha and the whole army of foreign language lovers and supporters, we are making a meaningful contribution to Jamaica, to teaching that our children are going to become far better. And very soon, it's not only Spanish, Chinese is coming through the window. Thank you to the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information for this recognition. Muchas gracias por este reconocimiento a nombre también de los latinos y de los cubanos. On behalf of also all the Hispanic people, all the foreign teachers, all the Cubans working in Jamaica, and all the Cubans who, like myself, are Jamaican descendants and are being privileged with the benefit, with the possibility, with the opportunity to come back to Jamaica and give back to the country. Muchas gracias. And the same to Encel, to Mr. Otis, and to all the other colleagues. And I repeat, this is a shared recognition. I would have not been able to achieve anything if I would have not had the support of all my colleagues at the core curriculum unit. That Clover that we meet from 3 to 7 o'clock in the morning, that Winnie Berry, amazing.
But Miss Martha, I don't mean to cut you, but you're going to make me interview you?
Yeah, no. I am so surprised, I guess.
I'm just waiting on the moment to ask you two questions.
Adelante, mi amor.
Muchas gracias. Yeah. You know, that's the closest I can go to Spanish. But I really admire the fact that you have really dedicated this award and recognized those persons that would have worked with you, that would have lifted and supported you. And that's very admirable. But I just want to ask you, outside of the team, what's the one thing that you can pinpoint as doing to be able to cop this award? Because this is a big deal. It means that you're up there. You've done it. You've broken through the ceiling.
I believe that it is perseverance. It is determination. It is, first of all, the total conviction that we can overcome everything with the Lord as our leader. No COVID, no Omicron, no anything can stop us. It is also the fact that I am part of a ministry that has taught me what is to work with other persons, what is teamwork, and that is what keeps the light going. Possibly the recognition has to do with the fact that I, in many ways, represent the international face of the ministry and the link with many embassies, that we have been able to change some of the things happening, that there are more agreements taking place with other countries, that our children and our teachers are benefiting for all what is happening. And this is also part of who we are, as you are, as well as Mr. Otis and the other colleagues. Maybe being a little more visual than others has exposed me to become a candidate for this award.
And of
By
course,
the
your actual
way,
performance.
yes, possibly.
Your actual
possibly.
performance, your actual score had a lot to do with that, Miss Martha. Not just the visuals and not just the social capital, but your actual scores have a lot to do with this. I just want to say thank you so very much for joining us, and you know, we're so very proud of you and the work that you've done in getting foreign languages out there locally and internationally, and your team to which you dedicate this award. Thank you so very much, Mrs. Martha Louisa Corbett-Baugh.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
You are
Y
welcome.
continuamos.
That's it
And we
for me.
continue.
You're welcome. Thank you so
nada.
much.
Remember, de nada.
De nada. De nada.
And we continue working together as a team. Thank you to the ministry for granting me this recognition.
You are so very welcome. Thank you so very much. Delroy?
De nada.
De nada.
Ahí, ahí.
De nada.
Ahora sí, ahora sí.
De nada. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so Delroy, what's next up on the program for us?
Well, we've got right now Miss Julian Robinson, Director, Executive Services, and she'll move the. Okay.
Okay, so, right. So, Delroy, come stand up beside me. It's hot up here. So we really have to do a quick rundown. I know we want to hurry up and go say thanks, you know, because we really want to go
Yeah.
home. Because I want to go to cool Mandeville. And you want to go to the beach in St. Anne, to the garden.
Yeah, to the garden,
right?
St. Anne.
But a lot has been happening on this program this evening. We really have certainly demonstrated how committed our team members are to excellence. And me and you,
well,
we're committed to excellence.
It's great working with you.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the first time
Yeah.
the two legends have been in the room together. And so it's been an absolutely amazing afternoon working with you and sharing with these wonderful people that have come on. But it is not our job to say thank you. We have to invite, to move the vote of thanks, Miss Julian Robinson, Director of Executive Services. So please put your hands together and make her welcome.
Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Honorable Favour Williams, Minister of State, Honorable Robert Morgan, Acting Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Maureen Dwyer, Masters of Ceremonies, Miss Anita Bailey and Mr. Sanjay Hamilton, Guest Speaker, Mrs. Pauline Reed, members of the Executive Management Team, awardees, other specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's function a resounding success. Dr. Black, thank you for your effectual and fervent prayer. Minister Williams, we always feel so grateful to have you with us on these special occasions. We will continue to reflect on the words you've shared with us this afternoon. We thank you for your unwavering support and commitment to the staff of this ministry. We extend special gratitude to our Permanent Secretary, who was very instrumental in the execution and outcome of the final product which unfolded here today. I wish to thank our guest speaker, Mrs. Pauline Reed, who despite her busy schedule, found time to grace this occasion. We thank you for your words of inspiration and directing our thoughts to the value of creating a mindset of excellence and developing strategies for continued excellence in the workplace. To our Masters of Ceremonies, Ms. Anita Bailey and Mr. Sanjay Hamilton, we express our appreciation to you for so effortlessly anchoring today's program and contributing to making this day a success. I wish to record our deep sense of appreciation for the overview done by Mrs. Denise Pitter, Director of PMAS, who captured the essence of this function in a noble way. We're truly thankful to all who entertained us this afternoon. Thanks to Ms. Toki Guy Russell, Sergeant Rosemary Lee, the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band, and Mr. Luke L. Miller for enhancing the ambience of this occasion with such beautiful and harmonious music in the form of sax and voice. And to the Trinity Dance Group for their expression of praise. Our hearts and souls were indeed blessed. We wish to thank our awardees for showing up and showing off today, and for making it possible for us to honor you and show our appreciation for you in this fashion. Congratulations to you all. To all other specially invited guests, I thank you for sharing in this occasion with us. Finally, I owe special gratitude to the members of the PMAS Internal Recognition and Rewards Committee who contributed to the culmination of this occasion. What you saw here today reflects the hard work and dedication of these individuals. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you for being with us this day. It was indeed a great pleasure. I end by quoting from well-renowned philosopher and scientist Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. Thank you.
Thank you so very much to Ms. Julia Robinson, Director of Executive Services in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, for moving the vote of thanks. She is right, Delroy.
Yes.
Excellence is what we repeatedly do. And it's a habit.
And we're indeed committed to that excellence.
Yes. It's pretty easy to say that it has become a habit here at the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information across all of our regions, all of our agencies, all of our units, every branch, every facet of this ministry. We are undoubtedly the best ministry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
agree.
so, yeah, it has been a tremendous afternoon with you, ladies and gentlemen, guiding you through the program. Delroy, you've had as much fun as I've had.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
We need to do this every year together.
Two
Just
or
throwing that
three more
out there.
times, eh?
Yeah, we should. Yeah. It was a wonderful evening. We thank you so very much for joining us right here from wherever you are, enjoying with us as much as we enjoyed hosting you. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. We ask you to stand wherever you are as we play the national anthem.
Thank you.